Good morning, sir. Just want to check voice and everything before we start.
Yes, good morning. I can hear you. I think I'm also audible.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you. All good, ma'am. Give us a moment, ma'am. I'll make you present.
Sure.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to National Institute of Agriculture Extension Management Center for Innovation and Agripreneurship Saturday webinar series. We are here with the 83rd webinar series. MANAS here is agribusiness incubator supporting agri startups, entrepreneurs at various stages. The purpose of this Saturday webinar series is to create awareness about various opportunities in the sector. Today's topic is educational interventions to improve agripreneurship development and agri-related entrepreneurship aspects. Today we are here with us, two speakers today with us. So we'll be starting with Dr. Binu P. Boni. So she is from Kerala Agriculture University. She comes with a vast experience working on national level as well as a state level project across multiple interventions, including entrepreneurship development at farm level as well as gender studies. Kerala State Horticulture Mission, RKVY, FACT project, DRW and RICR, NATP, multiple projects Madam has executed. So she involved in more than 120 publications at including various topics, public, private partnerships, interventions, and everything. We are happy to have her here today. Ma'am, thank you, and over to you, ma'am, please.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the quite elaborate introduction from your side. And at the onset, let me thank the Center for Innovation and Agripreneurship and at the MANAGE for giving me this opportunity. I feel privileged to be part of this Saturday webinar series of MANAGE. And can I start my presentation?
Yes, madam, we have given already option. We can start with it.
So let me share my presentation and start. Is my slide visible, sir?
All good, ma'am. Good to go.
Okay, fine. Thank you. So, good morning, one and all who have joined this program. I understand that there are participants from across the country. I welcome you once again to this program, and I am asked to have a discussion on the educational interventions for agripreneurship in the agripreneurship development in the country. Actually, I'm sure that we are all familiar. Even every day we are getting paper reports on a particular startup which has gained international investment, venture capitals have come, and transformation of startups to unicorns. All these are in the common place. And this entrepreneurship development for quite some time, it has been the buzzword in the development scenario. And almost all our developed countries have an edge on this particular sector that for gaining the socio-economic progress they have achieved. And we have seen that India is is in the process of a transformation. Let's see why this concept has emerged as a buzzword in the development scenario. I can relate it to one single concept. I'm taking this, that is in the year 22, we are in the current year, that is 2022. India is poised to enter into a new phase in terms of its demography. That is, India is reckoned as the world's youngest country with around 62% of our population in the age group of 15 to 59 years. You may ask why this 15 to 59 years is so important. because that is the working age group which can directly contribute to the GDP of your country. And that too, within this young age group, less than 25%, I mean, there is 54% of this is belong to less than 25 years. That means all of these people are in the schools and colleges. That's why I feel an institution of repute like Manage have chosen to organize a seminar on educational interventions, because the majority of our population is in the schools and colleges, that is in the age group less than 25 years. And this need to be compared with the geriatric population we have in the developed countries, wherein the average age of the population of China and US, they share around 37 years. And for Europe, it is still higher, that's around 45 years. That means we have a demographic potential in favor. This means unprecedented opportunities in the development scenario for India. It is poised to give almost a 5-year leap for our progress in the socio-economic realm. However, if not harnessed properly with right policies and programs, there is every chance that the so-called dividend can turn out to be a social liability. That is anti-social things like what you call as terrorism, drug peddling, and almost everything can come, because this is a busing group of people. If they are not properly skilled, if they are not properly employed, if they are not having opportunities and they will be frustrated a lot, and they can be a social liability. So that is why our educational and youth policies are poised to promote entrepreneurship in the country. And let's see how the two major policies of our country have tried to groom it. That is, the first one is the National Youth Policy of 2014, where we have an item on promotion of innovative thinking, industrial skills, and entrepreneurship. The Skill India Mission, we all will be familiar, one of the flagship programs of the government of India. It is aimed at skilling of India, aimed to provide adequate training in industry-relevant skills to over 40 crore youth. That is the mission that has taken up under the Skill India Mission. We also have a ministry, exclusive ministry for skill development and entrepreneurship development. And that is entrepreneurship development as such has emerged. That is, we know we were in an era where we were talking about the pay packages and campus selections for our youth, but nowadays we are talking about the investments they get as entrepreneurs. That is a sea change that has happened in a very short span of time. Let's see how it is going. That the Skill India Mission, it is taking up the skill development courses in various fields, training workshops by major, I think almost all the major areas in the country, like ISRO, they have a program, AIMS is having a program, graphic designing courses, photo, videos, digital marketing, and Nafari training, that is for food analysis, that is National Agriculture Food and Analysis Research Institute at Pune. They are having a food analyst courses, and food supply, they are helping services in the food sector is being promoted through trainings of that. We have programs like Sankalp. Sankalp is skill acquisition and knowledge awareness for livelihood promotion. Then PMKVY, that is Prime Minister's Kaushal Vikas Yojana. Even the private sector are coming up with skill programs for the youth. We have an Oracle Academy at Bangalore, which is by a private multinational company headquartered at California. They aimed at providing training skill development in computer-aided services to 500,000 students per year. This is how the whole ecosystem, we can call it as the entrepreneurial ecosystem of the country, is in a transition in the last few years. And just went to my slide. It's not moving. Yes. Then we have the national education policy, another important thing which have given opportunities for entrepreneurship development. The whole system is changing, the curricula, the courses, the medium of instruction. It is an ambitious agenda set by the government of India for educational reforms. We don't know how it will turn out to be, but the aims are very high, very ambitious. That is the entire 10+2 system we are having. It is getting transformed to 5+3+3+4 system, wherein the early childhood care and education, that is the 3 years of preschooling. It is assuming great significance in the whole system, wherein entrepreneurship development also has gained prime importance. So let's see how the Indian entrepreneurial ecosystem has changed because of these programs and policies in place. We can see that I will take the point. That is, you can see how it has changed. That is, there has been a 40% compound annual growth rate in terms of the incubators, accelerators, co-working spaces, which provide hands-on experiences and training and hand-holding support to the budding entrepreneurs or the aspiring students who want to move out into the entrepreneurial field. There has been a steady growth. The growth has been around 40%. But even though the growth rate is 40%, I need to say that there has been an urban concentration on these incubators and things. That is they are location wise, they are all urban concentrated. Most of our cities, Delhi, Bangalore, Hyderabad, all these places are having almost all the incubators and co-working spaces evolved for entrepreneurship development. And also, but despite these progress which we have made, we can see that in the famous innovation pyramid, the famous concept given by Nirmal Kumar, he has found that most of our innovations from Indian startups and entrepreneurs, they lie in the invisible side of the pyramid, mostly because, that is, I can explain it in terms of, we don't have a visible product like an Apple or a Google or an Uber to claim for, which is directly related with the customers or the consumers. Whereas most of the products have Indian made products inside, Intel inside. Likewise, we have India inside many of the innovations. So this is mostly because most of our enterprises have products and services that cater to the B2B innovations. So an area that more visibility needs to be, we have to have a transition from the invisible side to the visible side of the pyramid. The classical example for that is the 24/7 call centers we had. Because of the competence we have, that is just for recording the calls, we have posted what you call as the qualified engineers. Because of this brilliant chaps, they started reading the minds of the consumers, and we have what you call as a big data analysis, the science of big data analysis emerging from that. They just did not record the calls. They had a chat with the consumers. They were able to bring out what the consumers really needed. So this is how the Indian innovations have transformed under this. And also the growth of Indian startups has been phenomenal, we have to say. That is, we have claimed around, we are in the 3rd position in terms of the fastest growing base of startups worldwide. We have only UK and US ahead of us. and we have Israel and China are lagging behind us. This is how we have changed. We have transformed over the years. We can also see that there is point options. That we can also see that there has in 2013 we had just 700 startups to claim for. In 2020 it has moved to some 2001. There has been a phenomenal growth, we have to say, and that is how. And in terms of the technologies we have been using, most of our startups, there is around 25% they come from the artificial intelligence thing. The medical sector, they claim around 14%. Fintech, that is banking sector, has 10%. And the least number of startups were recorded in agriculture in the year 2019. However, the COVID scenario post 2020, there has been a leap in the number of enterprises, agri-tech companies that have boomed in the country. Let us see how the agri-entrepreneurship, they are different from the general entrepreneurship. This is the trends of Indian startups in India. That is, we can say that the demography of the startup founders, most of the median age is 35 years old of the CEOs. However, there is a wide gap between the women and men entrepreneurs. When the women entrepreneurs are just 9%, most of the founders of startups, there is a skewed gender representation in this scenario. That is something we have to look into seriously. And this is how, as I was telling, that is the general entrepreneurship and agripreneurship. I said that up to 2019, our representation, the representation of startups in agriculture sector was comparatively low, or the least number we had it. But after the COVID, that is post 2020, we have this has showed a boom, or this has showed an increase in the rate. And this is how the general entrepreneurship, the agripreneurship forms a subset of that, which shares its concern on profitability. Along with that, it has some social causes like food security and livelihood security as well. That is, as such, we can call it as a true Make in India model. And presently, we have more than 25 Indian agri-tech companies having a global presence. This is how it has grown in just a few years, 2 to 3 years after the. And the agri-tech companies have now occupying the central stage of innovations, and is all set to lead India's journey of transformation into a startup country, startup nation. That is the reason the agriculture sector has so many opportunities can be attributed to the number of broken links in the supply chain, which is having. There is so many opportunities are there in the agriculture supply chains, which have so many broken ends to meet. This has led to losses of over 13 billion in the post-harvest stages. In building the gaps, we can effectively use the technologies. That is one area which has gained prominence. And that is why most of that is around majority of the agri-tech companies, they offer supply chain solutions in bettering the access of inputs to farmers. Market linkages and B2B models are very common in this area. This is, I have made a comparison of traditional and agri-enterprises. That is, both are similar in terms of process and elements. They share the concepts of innovation, market orientation, proactiveness, risk-taking ability, self-efficiency. All these are shared. In terms of process and elements, they have a lot in common. But in motivation terms, though they share the profit motivation, along with the profit motivation, they also have the social and moral motivation, as we have seen in that Venn diagram I have shown. And the student innovation programs which are implemented in the country, I have listed a few of the major student innovation programs which have been hand-holding these student entrepreneurs in who have venturing into the entrepreneurship scenario. These include the BIRAC, the Biotechnology Industry Research Assistance Scheme. It is a Section 8. It has been registered as a Section 8 company, as a not-for-profit company of the Government of India, set up under the Department of Biotechnology. It's an interface agency which serves as a single window for emerging biotech ventures of students. Then we also have the e-Yuva centers, EYCs, which serve as a dedicated innovation hub housed within the universities or institutes to promote a criterion of applied research and need-oriented entrepreneurial innovation among the young students and researchers. It provides fellowships and research grants to whoever enters into entrepreneurship venture. We also have the AIM-ICRIS, that is Adult Innovation Mission, which is focused on creating high-performing startups among the students. We also have the Adult Tinkering Labs, which are aimed to create an environment of scientific temperament, innovation, creative and analytical minds. These are all government of schemes which are aimed at promoting the student innovations. And we also have policy innovations in the agriculture scenario, which are focusing agriculture graduates per se. Actually, as part of the most of the agriculture graduates who have joined this program, they may be knowing in the undergraduate syllabus, we have the student ready program, the RAWE program, Rural Agriculture Work Experience program, which is aimed at making the students ready to venture out. And also we also have the Earn While You Learn program under the experiential learning program, wherein they choose a particular vocation on which they will make the they will be trained, and they can produce. They can have a hands-on experience in venturing into it. They will sell it and get paid for that. And these are part of inbuilt mechanisms within the agriculture syllabi per se. And we also have the ICR NAHEP program, National Agriculture Higher Education Programs, which have components like IDP, the Institutional Development Programs, and also the CAST, which are Center for Advanced Agriculture Science and Technology Centers. They also have components on entrepreneurship development among the students and youth, with Sensitize, which is aimed at sensitizing students about the soft skill, the entrepreneurial mind, innovations. They provide hands trainings and other things under the ICR NAHEP programs as well. We also have the what you call as the AC and APC programs, which is a flagship program of the Manage itself, which has been implemented for quite some time. And SFAC and Manage has been actively involved in this implementation. This is aimed for diploma holders, graduates, and PG holders exclusively in the field of agriculture, where they are provided with interest-free loans and subsidies for starting agriculture clinics and agribusiness centers. And we also have the RKVY-RAFTAAR programs, that is Rashtriya Krishi Vikas Yojana, and the remuneratory approaches for agriculture and allied sectors rejuvenation of the Government of India, Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare Program. That is, it is aimed at building agribusiness ecosystems and facilitating. They also facilitate. They train the. They provide training They also provide financial assistance, and they also nurture through business incubations, handhold the entrepreneurs. And in this, they have two programs, mostly almost all the SAUs, all the ICI institutes. The manage is a regional nodal center for that, which invites ideas from aspiring entrepreneurs every year, and they will be giving that idea for idea nurturing. They will be providing 5 lakhs, and for converting a prototype into a commercial product up to 25 lakh grant money. This is not a subsidy, or this is a grant money that is given to this. All these in KE also we have an RKVY-RAFTAAR agribusiness incubator, which is dealing with the pace and the race formats. 2 cohorts we are having every year. People from across the country are invited to present their ideas. There is an expert panel which groom the ideas into feasible things, and they will be guided, and based on the presentations they make, they will be provided with the grant money. And Startup Mission India is another facility that simplify and handhold the entrepreneurs. They fund it, and support and incentives are provided. There are different entrepreneurship related programs in India. There are agencies and involved. Some of the top institutes have listed. That is the Institute of Entrepreneurship Development, Lucknow, Center for Entrepreneurship Development in Dhawad, Maharashtra Center for Entrepreneurship Development, Center for Entrepreneurship Bhopal. Almost every state in the country, they are having entrepreneurship development missions to support the young minds who are venturing into this. And these are some of the leading agri startup firms in the country. Ninja Cart, which is the largest tech-driven agri market platform. They take up fresh produce supply chains in the country. We have FarmLink, which is a data science and technology company linking farmers to the consumers. There are an innumerable number. I'm just quoting a few. This is some of the KU student startups, just to inspire if anybody is interested. We have a plant factory by some of our PG students, which is a venture that is taking up ornamental, and they are venturing into import of ornamental and fruit plants, and this is one of the high rated nurseries in Kerala. We also have another thing called the Conglomerate India. They are providing with data services like data analysis, then helping with stat analysis of research students, then visualizing the data. All those services are provided. Also, they give trainings in software, stat analysis softwares, etc. We also have the Rooted by a UG student who is running Sprouted Beans. That is initiative. It was a company which was started in the COVID years, and it was venturing. It is making good money. It's a profitable venture for a student. So to conclude, I have to say that agriculture is a sector with immense possibility, and whoever who are venturing into this system, they will be focusing on the three P's. That is the people, planet, and the profit, which is the basis for the Sustainable Development Goals. All the countries are committed to pursue. So we are in the right place at the right time, and only thing, even if we lack in our motivation and skills, we have immense opportunities around us, which are including the manage, which are in the forefront of helping the budding entrepreneurs to take up to fulfill their dreams. It is we just need to have an innovative mind to explore, to find a way out, and the prime focus of all the agriculture university will be in facilitating the creation of such a world of compassion and tolerance, wherein the agri enterprises will be the leading from the front. So I once again, let me conclude. I was asked to speak for half an hour, so I think I have completed my time span. And let me conclude with a famous quote that the era of job seekers have set in the horizon, but with that comes the rise of a new era, the era of job givers with immense possibilities. We are the bosses of ourselves. So I hope this venture will find so many takers. Thank you. Thank you once again for giving me these opportunities.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for an elaborative as well as a comprehensive timeline you have shown us, the kind of activities is being done, how it is going to be, what kind of future we are having. Thank you very much. On that note, now we are moving to one of the job givers, one of our own startups, Adrise India founder, Mr. Prasad Kulkarni is with us here today. Mr. Prasad Kulkarni carries vast decades of experience from media. He's a founder of Adrise India, which is into learning and development, multiple education-related programs for farmers. So today he is going to demonstrate how his Vande Kisan initiative is helping farmers. So this is where we demonstrate how the educational initiatives a startup can use. Yes, sir. Over to you, sir, please.
Yeah, good morning, sir. Thank you so much. Can I get the enability for sharing my deck?
1 second, sir. Neha, can you please give sir a presentation? I cannot do it. Give it a moment.
Yes, yes, sir. Excuse me, sir. Can I take a leave? If need be,
Yes,
I can
ma'am. Please,
join at
please,
12
please.
o'clock.
Sure, ma'am. Sure, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
So you can share now, sir. We have given. Kindly see if you can conclude by 11:50, sir. Last 10 minutes, you can focus on.
Sure.
Please carry on.
My screen is visible?
All good, sir. Good to go.
Yeah. Okay. So good morning, everyone. First of all, let me thanks to the manage for organizing such a long series of webinars, which is giving a knowledge and empowering every startups and the farmers as well. And of course, I'm grateful to the manage for their incubation and inviting me and giving me an opportunity for sharing my thoughts on today's topic of educational interventions for agripreneurship development. So Adrise India is basically a platform, creating a platform for the farmers to educate and elevate using the technology. And we believe education is a one tool where we can transform the society through this. So talking about the just recent updates, I want to give you about the Vande Kisan, which is India's first platform for the farmers' education and skill development. This is now available on the Google Play Store as a beta version. You can definitely download and explore us. You can also give us a feedback about what you feel about this app. We have been recently recognized by the Niti Aayog as we are a part of transformational and innovative agriculture startup. And we are also the part of Upskill Academy, which is being organized by Google and the Ministry of Electronics and Telecommunication. We are also a National Startup Award 2020 finalist by IDIPP for the project Digital Kisan, which we delivered for the government of Haryana. It was a CEC project executed across 22 districts of Haryana, which was made to educate, give information and knowledge to the farmers. So guys, when we talk about any change in the society or the transformation, the proven track or a history highlights the power of education. So global leaders like Nelson Mandela or Swami Vivekananda or APJ Abdul Kalam, each and every one person has highlighted the importance of education. And of course, agriculture is not exception for this. So for any transformation in agriculture also, we need to focus on education This is what our focus area is. So talking about the present agriculture system in India, before I just want to give you a global picture. When we talk about any successful country, whether it's say example US or Japan, which are known for the technology, or we can talk about the countries like a tourism, maybe a Switzerland, or a small country like a Thailand. So they are doing excellently well in their own identity. So when we talk about the India, it is about an agricultural nation. We proudly say we are an agricultural nation. So for that, we need to build a stronger platform for the farmers' skill development, for the youth skill development and education in the agriculture. We think there is a huge gap still in this system. So that's why we are intervening and starting our platform. So when we talk about the existing system, we have 30% of the non-agriculture population in a majorly based in a urban area. For those population, we have 1,000 universities and 50,000 colleges. But when we talk about our recognition as an agricultural country, we have just 78 agriculture universities and 400 colleges. So we don't say that we need to increase the numbers, but yes, there is an imbalance this which need to be addressed. So at the same time, there are KVKs across the districts. There is one or two KVKs across districts, which is there for training and the demonstration purpose. But consider for 20 to 25 lakh population is there in a one district, and one KVK, and in one KVK there are 10, 20 experts. How can they reach to the farmer? So there is a huge gap in that as well. And talking about the ICARs, they are excellent ICAR centers. They have a good research team. They have a doctor, scientists on board. But there are 64 ICRs and which are focused on a particular crop or fruits. Like one ICR is for mango, one is for grapes, like that, but they are based in somewhere city of the nation. So one farmer reaches to the ICR or a KVK is a big challenge. So overall, there is a huge gap between the farmer and agriculture. So in when we were in the school, हमने जब बचपन में एक वर्णमाला सीखते थे हम लोग, तो उसका पहला अक्षर अ होता था। अ यानी अनार, अनार जिसे हम कहते थे, बट हालांकि वो किसान होना चाहिए, यानी अ यानी अन्नदाता होना चाहिए था। और इसी वर्णमाला का आखिरी अंतिम अक्षर जो है वो है ज्ञ यानी ज्ञान। तो ये अ और ज्ञ में जितनी बड़ी लंबी दूरी है, उतनी ही दूरी हमारे किसान और किसान की कृषि शिक्षा में। तो ये दूरी हमें जरूर मिटानी पड़ेगी। वी नीड टू एड्रेस दिस गैप. So, while talking about these challenges, majorly the farmers do the traditional farming. So we are not saying no for the traditional farming, but it needs support of scientific knowledge and the upgradation of the knowledge, which is lacking in the way of traditional farming. While doing this, there is a less output per acre, and there are more losses, and because of these, the farmers are getting migrated to the urban cities in search of some jobs, which will give them some secured and sustainable income. For example, I will give you example of my driver who is also a farmer who shifted to Mumbai because in search of job. So what he is earning, whatever he was earning, say 10, 14,000 rupees in his own town, now he's earning additional 4, 5,000 rupees by doing some job. But he has to leave his farm, and that is what he's sacrificing. So if we could create some business opportunity, some allied business, some alternative income sources for the farmers, which will give him 4,000, 5,000, 10,000 rupees in his own town, he will not migrate. He will be happily stay there with his family. This is what our objective is, to give them farmers the allied income sources, alternate income sources to the farmers. So another challenge is talking about the information dissemination. There is no any platform as such to give the information and knowledge to the farmers. So overall, when we talk about the losses in the agriculture, there are 40% losses in the oral cultivation to the harvesting and the selling of the product. So these losses can be reduced when you understand some business models, understand some skills, and apply some skills. So these losses can be definitely reduced. And the solution for this, when we have a number of institutes and manpower, the digital education is need of an hour. Because say when we talk about mobile phone or internet. So more than 50% of population owns a smartphone in India, and majorly or equal to urban cities, rural farmers or the rural citizens are owning the smartphones. Now, the talking about the data is much affordable, and India is moving to 5G. This is also good part of the technology which is supporting to the digital education. Same time, because of COVID-19, we are forced to use the internet and digitalization. So whether it's a school, whether it's a bank, healthcare, and whatever the sector we talk about, people have already accepted the digital process in the sector, which is helpful for the digital education. So when we talk about the Bharat, what is the current situation? So this is the very best situation to start the digital education and to empower the farmers, because there are more than 80% of population have uh, their own bank account. We have very speedy delivery of roads that through the Pantapradhan Gram Sadak Yojana. Because of this good infrastructure, farmer can transfer his produce with minimum losses to the urban areas. So if he is producing, say, grapes or mango or any vegetables, it's easy to transfer, reduces the time of transportation and the losses due to transportation. This is a good part of today's Bharat. Talking about the internet users, we have highest 825 million plus internet users. We have best part is 100% rural electrification is done as per the government records. And when we talk about the global picture, India has the highest number of youths. And more than that, the highest number of youth are stay in a part of Bharat, which is a rural India, we say, and they are empowered with the internet. So this is what the best situation for the digital education. So this, when we talk about this digital education, the benefit is there is a global exposure. So you can see and get the knowledge from the global partners as well. We have a global partners on board from the Brazil, because Brazil is the highest producer of soya bean or oranges and coffee and lot many things. So we have courses from the Brazil for our Indian farmers who don't need to travel to any other country or any other district. By sitting at his own farm, he can learn the global technologies. So he can share his knowledge and experience with the farmers. These courses are very much convenient. They can complete these courses whenever they want. These courses are very much affordable, starting from 10 rupees. There are also many courses which are free of cost for the farmers. And this is not the journey just give to the education to the farmers or the rural youth. When they complete any courses, there is a project funding for the farmers. So when a farmer completes one program, say for in the fishery, and he need to start his fishery business, we have tie up with the nationalized banks. They do funds for this farmers subject to all RBI norms. We are also coming up with a feature on the market linkages connecting farmers, because when a farmer produces something, he need a market linkage. So we have also market linkage facility, which is coming shortly in the application. So this solution is a complete digital platform. We offer the skill development programs for the farmers, which are focused to increase income and create the additional revenue sources for the farmers without leaving his place. And so who are developing these courses? These courses are developed with the help of agriculture experts, and these courses are recognized by national and international universities. So whatever your knowledge you're gaining, that is recognized by the universities, will get the certificates for this. And more than that, on this program completion, as I mentioned, you will get the funds from the bank to fulfill your dreams. So this solution offers the recognition, as this is a certificate program. Farmers get recognition through a certification programs. We are focused, which gives the alternate income sources to the farmers. These programs will be coming in many languages soon. Right now, this is in only Marathi. So next is Hindi and some other regional languages. The courses will be available. The courses are only made to learn and earn, where farmer can earn something out of this. This is our focus area. More than the only agriculture education, we are focusing on mental health and the physical fitness of the farmer. When we are talking about the mental health, the farmer is going through the huge stress whether it's a financial stress or family stress or some any other stress. Because of that, they are attempting suicide. Lot many farmers are going for suicide. So we want to address that issue. So we along with the help of some psychiatrists, we have developed courses for the addressing mental stress of the farmers, making them confident and handle each and every situation with a positive mind. Talking about the physical fitness, we have a courses free of cost again for the farmers on the snake bite. So you must be knowing that almost 60,000 deaths, like we lose 60,000 farmers every year in India. So India is a snake bite capital in the world, and more than 2.5 lakh farmers get permanently disabled because of snake bite. So we have developed this course along with the Padma Shri Dr. Himmat Rao Bhaviskar and Dr. Raut, who are expert in these topics. So few of you might be thinking there are a lot many content is available digitally. Yes, this content is available, which is not yet recognized by anyone. So what are the data we have that is recognized and developed by the experts? This data is scientifically designed, and when you see any, say for example, a Facebook or YouTube story, these are sensational story. किसान ने 1 एकड़ में कमाए 5 लाख रुपए, किसान ने 1 एकड़ में कमाए 20 लाख रुपए. These are misleading stories to the farmers. So we don't have any such stories. Whatever we say, whatever we share, that is completely authentic and developed by the expertise. So what is the impact of digital farmer? So digital education. So majorly when we say it's a digital education, you can learn it on your own convenience. You don't need to travel to a district place or to KVK or any university or colleges. You can learn those things at your own fingertips. You can save on your traveling time and food and accommodation and all. At the same time, this is the education opens your mind. It gives you good direction to do something new and with a positive way. With the help of education, our courses are focusing on water and energy conservation. We give them financial literacy. What is the importance of saving? What is the importance of rate of interest? What you borrow? So what the way it should be borrowed. We create the for the bankers. Why they are with the bankers are with us, because we offer them the clients who have these already got some knowledge, develop their skills. These farmers we connect to the bank. And what is the benefit of bank is they are getting the clients who have already got some education, so there is a less chances to lose their money, so which is affecting on reducing the NPS. We also have courses on making farmers legally strong. Farmers don't know what is a Satbara, what is a 7A abstract, and also we have many free courses on those on our app. You can explore it. And of course, as I mentioned, we are focusing on the strengthening the mind of farmer. We are also supporting the SDG goals. If you want to explore and try this app for the Vande Kisan, you can just simply give a missed call at 8879 712 712. You can just download. We are also available on the presence is there on the Facebook and YouTube as well. So this is what are the project about Digital Kisan, which shows the importance of about education, our objective to educate and elevate the farmers and their welfare, and creating entrepreneurs in the society for their betterment. Yuvraj sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much for sharing your experiences, sir. So we are opening for now questions. Any participants would like to open, kindly raise your hand so that we can facilitate. So we'll be starting with Abhishek Patel. Abhishek Patel, can you hear us? Neha, 1 minute, let me unmute you. Give us a second, sir.
Yes.
Abhishek, can you hear us? Yes, Abhishek.
Yes, sir.
Yes, please.
Good
We
morning,
have
sir.
both of the speakers. Good morning. We have both the speakers ready with us today. Kindly share your query so
Sir,
that we can address.
hello.
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
हेलो
Sir, we can hear you, sir.
हाँ सर, अब आ रही है आवाज़। आवाज़ ब्रेक हो गई थी। सर मेरा
No problem.
क्वेश्चन ये है, मैंने RKVY रफ्तार में आवेदन किया था। हेलो।
Yes, sir.
तो सर उसमें पीपीटी बनाने के लिए मुझे कहा गया है, पावर पॉइंट प्रेजेंटेशन के लिए ईमेल आया है। वो स्टार्टअप इंडिया का हमारा एनिमल हस्बेंड्री रेटेड पशुपालन का आइडिया है, यूनिक आइडिया है। तो उसमें सर मुझे पीपीटी बनाने के लिए गाइडेंस चाहिए था। पावर पॉइंट प्रेजेंटेशन मैं कैसे बनाऊं, प्लीज
Sir, you can write to us, sir,
आप इसमें कुछ
directly.
हेल्प।
Let's try to keep the question and answer relevant to the topic at this point. So we have given our mail ID, sir. We'll be sharing our contact details also. You can contact us. So at this point of time, I would request you to restrict the questions to the Neha would be posting our mail ID, manage ACABC. Just send your contact details. We'll call you and we'll update you. We'll definitely help you out. But at this point of time, kindly restrict
नो
questions to the topic, sir.
नो सर, नो सर, AC एंड ABC से रेटेड नहीं है ये सर
No,
जो
no, no, sir.
RKV रफ्तार मैम ने
Sir,
प्रेजेंट।
I understand, sir. The mail ID says ACABC, but it is the incubation mail ID only.
सर हिंदी
हिंदी में बात करेंगे, ठीक है सर। दो मेल आईडी ACABC बोलते हैं सर, लेकिन इंक्यूबेशन का रफ्तार का मेल आईडी है। मेरा मेल आईडी भी दे रहे हैं सर,
अच्छा
आप मेरा मेल आईडी में आप मैसेज भेज सकते हैं सर, ठीक है।
सर, मुझे आज मुझे पावर पॉइंट प्रेजेंटेशन देना था। आज 7 तारीख लास्ट डेट है।
किसको देना है सर आज आप?
ईमेल लिख के भेजना
ठीक है
है
सर,
सर। RKVY
ठीक है सर,
रावी है सो।
ठीक है सर, हम बात करेंगे। विल गो टू द नेक्स्ट वन।
आई थिंक बैग तो है। दीपक उनको शायद शोकेस कर रहे हैं।
So then, Esau Mendo. Esau Mendo, sir, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Please, sir.
Thank you so much for those two presentations. Very critical, very important presentations. One or two questions. Very interesting that India will be the youngest nation, considering the categories of the youth. I wanted to learn from you, how do you compare the current youth with the youth that have brought India this far? India has developed to the extent that now it is food secure, it can feed its people. And how do you compare the current youth and the youth that have brought India this far? The second one is on the students' innovation programs and the last presentation. How inclusive are these programs, considering the vulnerable and disadvantaged youth? How inclusive are these programs? Thank you.
Okay, ma'am, Binu ma'am, you are there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I think you can address that, ma'am, please.
Can you just repeat the question? I couldn't hear it properly.
He is talking about the India being youngest nation. There are multiple opportunities. So he actually he is from Africa. So he wanted to have a more perspective on it. Sir, can you please precisely put in if you want it again, sir?
Yes, thank you. I was wondering, I wanted to learn from you, and the question is, how do you compare the current youth which will make India a youngest generation. How do you compare the current youth versus the youth that have brought India this far?
Yes,
And
hope
then
this is clear now.
how inclusive are the the programs, innovation programs?
Yes, sir.
And
Yes, sir.
the last presentation, how inclusive are these, considering the vulnerable and disadvantaged youth?
I think you want to know how the demographic dividend has been included in the programs and the policies. Is it so?
Kind of, ma'am. You wanted to know probably how inclusive are these programs when they
Okay,
design a
okay.
program. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, yes, yes.
Inclusivity of the program. Yes.
Actually, all these programs, actually, I have included only those programs and policies which are targeting the youth of our country, because the majority of the population is belonging to this age group. I have said 15 to 59 age group, the working age group category, and all the programs which we have included in the presentations, that is the race program, the RKVY. In RKVY-RAFTAAR, I don't think there is RAFTAAR program, there is no age restrictions for the, but mostly the our what you call our beneficiaries are from the younger age group. And most of the universities and institutions, which are academic institutions, are having inclusive programs exclusively targeting the student population, so that they can be brought into this arena. Hopefully I have made it clear.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much, ma'am. So go for a further couple of more questions. Anybody? And Pawan Patidar is there. Pawan Patidar? Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Sir, I'm audible.
You are audible, Pawan, please.
Yes, I have a question to all the penalties. The question is that is there any process for impanel multidimensional consultancies who rendering services to the farmers? We are a group of farmers and consultants, entrepreneurs who providing farmer services.
So I think I would try to answer that question. See, empanelment basically depending upon organization to organization, there will not be a hard and fast rules on this. As far as the man is concerned, there is no such privilege or such kind of a facility where you can empanel. But however, from time to time basis, you can always contact us. We can have your contact details. Any of the relevant training program, we'll be able
Yes,
to connect you. Any of the relevant training programs, we can connect it you so that you can share your knowledge. However, as you are directly working with farmers, I think KVKs or state agriculture universities, FPOs would be a more relevant platforms rather than a managed kind of platform, sir.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you. Basically, I always attend manage webinars every since last 2.5 hours, 2.5 years regularly.
Thank you, sir. It was great to know the patronage from our attendees here today. So more than 250 who are here assembled here today. Thank you very much. I'll do one thing, sir. We have experienced Tiwari sir with us today. Probably I would request him to summarize. He is having very good opinion on this. Tiwari sir, I'm going to unmute you, but I request you to restrict it to a couple of minutes.
Yes, yes.
Tiwari sir, please.
Yes, I am RB Tiwari from ICRIHR Bangalore. It was both the presentations were very good, and I think there is a very clear-cut indication by our learned the faculty who gave the lecture on that. For the youth that there is a gap like from Annadatta to Gyan, and we can find out a smaller areas, focused area, and start working on that. Once we realize the problem, because entrepreneurship is basically to solve the problem with enthusiasm. Then we can also take the help from the manage and our various programs going on. So far, the agriculture extension was to support only production, but now the farmer requirement is from post production to the marketing linkage to quality maintenance of the crop, global export chain, value chain traceability. So many areas use of ICT, IoT are coming in a big way. So let us make use of this opportunity, and I invite you to come forward and make use of the various program policies coming for supporting the youth in the field of agriculture entrepreneurship development. This is from my end.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for sharing your knowledge and thought. So, I would like to thank both the speakers here today, Dr. Binu sharing her extensive experience here with us, and our Prasad Kulkarni sir, and sharing about his own app, how it is helping. So we would request, and all these, we are going to inform you that all the PPTs, all the recordings, everything is available. You need not worry about that. We're going to mail you everything. We'd like to thank our team, Alok, Neha, and Seenu, who are behind it. Last but not least, our attendees here today, who made it happen. It's a huge response for the topic. Thank you very much here. We're going to meet you next week, the same time at 11 a.m. So we have given multiple programs, educational interventions for the students as well as other things through various programs. Manage itself is doing a pre-incubation training program, digital marketing skills, RKVY-RAFTAAR programs, multiple programs we are offering. Please make a use of them. Thank you very much. We look forward to your presence the next week. Have a great day.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.